coming up. What do we have? First, couple of seconds to, just a couple of seconds to go for market open. So we'll look at rates, and then we'll get down to individual names. So the opening bell goes off about 0.25% higher, 24,680. You've got the Nifty Bank, which is up about 0.4%, 54,660. And you've got, what else? Mid-cap index up about 1/3%. The small-cap index will come up with some gains as well. So out of the gates, right of the word go, about 2:1, advances to decline, although I suspect that will change as we go along. But it's not a bad start. Back above 24,700. I mean, actually something similar to what we saw yesterday. It's just yesterday, of course, markets were not able to hold on, and there were multiple waves of selling which hit some recoveries as well, but finally we ended unchanged. That's the Nifty heat map, overwhelmingly positive. There are some stocks down in the red as well. I mean, the setup still, of course, remains the fact that at least large cap indices remain extremely oversold. So that backdrop is there, but we'll have to just see how much is in the tank for the market to even see some sustainable lift, even if we are able to remain, even if we are to remain in the range, broad range for the Nifty out there. So 24,700 to begin the session. Surabhi.
Okay, let's look at the gainers. Titans had a good showing so far this week. It's only day 2, but it's looking good. 2% up. Nifty winner. Then there's Power Grid. There's Hero Moto as it makes its way out of the index. It's having a good session, at least. Good morning. 1.5% up on that one. Asian Paints, BEL, which announced some order wins. These are all your gainers. Steel stocks are looking good. Hindalco, JSW Steel. Let's check Tata Steel if it is part of this. Tata Steel also up about 0.5%. So metals are in form. Tata Consumer as well on the upside. Kotak Mahindra Bank, the stock that Nimesh was just talking about, that standout brokerage report, it's up about 0.5% at this point in time. Not too many stocks on the downside, actually. Tata Motors down about 0.5%. There's ITC and Tech Mahindra, but that's about it. I mean, the market seems to be finally in a bit of a festive morning mood at least. Let's see if it lasts. 70 points up on the Nifty. Nigel.
Well, Man Industries, that's the stock that's getting hammered on the downside. The regulator has pulled up some of the, people some of the promoter entity and the like. So that's why, in fact, that's one stock that's getting absolutely smashed in today's trading session, down close to around, I think, 15% as we speak. The company, though, they've come out with the clarification that they're cooperating with the regulator and they're looking for a better outcome. They're maintaining that they have a good, a good order book as well. For the time being, the street is not buying into that. At the low point of the day, volumes massive. So we mentioned about Titan. Kalyan Jewellers, that's popped up in trade as well. Good uptake is what we're seeing on that particular name. The other big winner is DCX Systems. Just pull up that stock. Yesterday it ended at the low of the day. By the end of the trading session, we got to know that Motilal Oswal was the one that sold. But they won an order. It's only 50 crores odd, but a strategic one because it's coming from an Israel company. So I guess that's why the street likes it. That stock up and about in today's trading session. Another one is Cybertech. We don't talk about it very often, but they've declared a dividend of 20 rupees or thereabouts. So I think that was one of the top gainers, Cybertech System. That stock up and about in today's trading session. Saman Capital in the F&O ban. Big fund buying yesterday. And they could be looking at raising some capital as well. Continues its good form. Friday, late in trade, we had told you that it's possibly coming out of the F&O ban. That's what happened. Now it's back in the ban. But massive action is what we saw on Monday. All those that wanted to get in have got in. And Vascon, stock opened 2% up, corrected, but that dip has got bought into, still holding with a gain of around 1.5%.
Without making it's not a comment on Samman per se, but I mean, just the broad category of the theme which is playing out in Samman, right? When as they say, when stuff goes from bad to good, as I said, it's not a comment on Samman. I mean, there's a big, sometimes there is big re-rating which happens. Lots of issues. I mean, the erstwhile Samman. This was Indiabulls Housing, if you remember. But, I mean, there is, attempts afoot to turn this. And I think, ICICI Pru coming in, etc., perhaps a case in point that they're trying to attract institutional participation. I don't think there were any institutions before ICICI picked up some 42 lakh shares yesterday. So 4% on this one, 160 or so.